In October 2024, a Google Street View car captured something disturbing in the tiny Spanish town of Tayo, a man loading a large white bag into the trunk of his car. At first glance, it could have been anything, but the shape of the bag? It looked eerily like a human body. And tragically, that's exactly what it was. Inside the bag were the remains of 32-year-old Jorge Luis Perez, a Cuban national who had vanished nearly a year earlier. In November 2023, Jorge had messaged his family saying he was leaving his hometown of Sora with a new romantic interest, and that he'd be getting rid of his phone. His family was immediately suspicious. A cousin reported him missing, but with no leads, no witnesses, and no security footage, the case quickly went cold. Until a stroke of luck changed everything. In November 2024, investigators came across the Google Street View images. Not only did the car capture the man in his trunk, but another image.
If you're enjoying this story, kindly do us a favor and subscribe to our channel. It is free and won't cost anything, but it means the world to us. We're just a small channel trying to grow. Thank you, and back to the video.
Showed him earlier, pushing the same white bag in a wheelbarrow. That discovery led police to the car's owner, 48-year-old Manuel Isla Gallardo, a local town hall worker. Though he had no criminal record, surveillance and a tapped phone line revealed something chilling. Manuel was secretly in a relationship with Jorge's partner. Jealousy and betrayal had spiraled into murder. The evidence captured by Google's roving camera, by pure coincidence in a town of fewer than 50 people, cracked the case wide open. Jorge's body was later recovered in a cemetery 15 minutes away. Without that single snapshot, the truth may have never come to light. In late 2018, Brisbane police received a missing person report for 46-year-old Priscilla Bruton, an American beauty queen who had moved to Australia for a fresh start with her daughter. But months had passed without a single update. She stopped posting on social media. No calls, no messages, silence. Investigators traced her last known location to the home of her boyfriend, Mark Wadine, whom she had met at a Zumba class in 2017. Mark told police they had broken up and that Priscilla may have vanished on purpose to avoid deportation, as her visa had expired. But the police weren't buying it. Not only was her car found abandoned just 11 miles from his home, but something about his story didn't sit right. Then, in June 2019, cadaver dogs led investigators to Mark's front yard. Buried beneath the surface were fragments of Priscilla's remains. Even more disturbing, most of her body was missing. As it turned out, Mark had learned the yard was going to be excavated. So just weeks before the search, he hired a crew, dug up the body, and hauled it off in a trailer. What he didn't know was that in August 2018, a Google Street View car had passed by. It captured the freshly disturbed soil in his yard, and that same trailer parked nearby. This image, along with witness reports of him digging late at night, formed an airtight case. Mark was arrested just days later. He's now awaiting sentencing. In 2018, Google updated its Street View for a sleepy corner of Ecatepec de Morelos, Mexico. One image showed a forgotten, trash-filled lot with overgrown weeds and scattered cement bags. It looked like nothing, until police discovered what it really was. Over the years, women had been disappearing across the neighborhood. Young, vulnerable women who all had one thing in common. They had received calls or messages from a woman named Patricia Martinez. She and her husband, Juan Carlos Hernandez, lived just 100 meters from the lot with their 4 children. On the surface, they appeared like any ordinary working-class family, selling food and clothes from their front door. But what police discovered was anything but ordinary. In October, they spotted the couple walking with a stroller, supposedly carrying a baby girl linked to a recent missing persons case. But when officers stopped them and looked inside, they were horrified to find the dismembered remains of a woman. A search of their home revealed a scene straight out of a nightmare. Body parts wrapped in plastic in the refrigerator, others sealed in cement, matching the same bag seen on Google Street View. Some remains had been stored for years. One later confessed they had murdered at least 28 women since 2012. Their victims were lured with promises of jobs or free clothing. Among the dead was their neighbor's 13-year-old daughter. They weren't just killers. They were predators hiding in plain sight. Sometimes, justice hinges not on a breakthrough in forensics or a confession, but on something as unexpected as a passing camera. 3 different countries. 3 horrifying crimes. One thing in common: Google Street View. What was meant to map the world ended up helping to uncover some of its darkest secrets. It's a reminder that even in silence, even in still images, truth can find a way to be seen. Thanks for watching. If you found this video disturbing but fascinating, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll be diving deeper into more eerie true crime stories that prove the camera never lies, even when evil tries to hide. Stay safe and stay aware.